Tonight, praying for peace in the Middle East. I'll have more on the event coming up.
Plus, October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Citrus TV's Luke Welch takes a deeper look at the support center for people with the condition.
And a staple of the Syracuse skyline to be foreclosed after over 50 years. The news starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
War continues to rage overseas in Israel. Welcome into News Live at 6. I'm Jesse Cook.
And I'm Maddie Stelk. Health officials say nearly 3,500 people have been killed in Gaza. New at 6, students of the Muslim faith will gather on the quad tonight to express support and solidarity for the ongoing conflict overseas. Citrus TV's Ronnie Perillo joins us now with what Muslim students will do. Ronnie, good evening.
Maddie, thank you so much. Well, as you said, in just under 2 hours, students from the Muslim Student Association will gather here on the steps of Hendricks Chapel to pray for peace in Israel and Gaza. Now, the war continues to rage overseas, now entering into its second week. U.S. President Joe Biden today visiting Israel, meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and promising aid for Israel, also a $100 million check in aid for Gaza. Now, the Muslim Student Association says that this event is open to all tonight. They will be praying and coming together, asking for an end to the war overseas. There is also an interfaith prayer service right here on the steps of Hendricks Chapel next week. That event and tonight's event are open to all. Now, Citrus TV reporter Luke Welch will have a full report on tonight's vigil tomorrow on Citrus TV News. For now, outside Hendricks Chapel, I'm Ronnie Perillo. Back to you guys.
Ronnie, thank you so much. Now to the latest during a special week here at SU. Today marks the 4th day of the 35th Annual Remembrance Week. The event is honoring the victims of Pan Am Flight 103. 35 Syracuse students were on board. This morning, the Remembrance and Lockerbie scholars spent 35 minutes sitting in the empty chairs that are currently placed on the Shaw Quad that you can see on your screen. The activities continue tonight with a screening of Seat 20D in Gifford Auditorium. Tomorrow's event is the Celebration of Life that will go from 8 to 10 p.m., events continuing throughout the week before ending on Friday.
Syracuse Athletics announced the plans on Tuesday for Jim Boeheim Appreciation Day. That comes on February 24th, a home game against Notre Dame. The 46-year headman was replaced as head coach by former assistant and player Adrian Autry in March. The move followed the buzzer-beating ACC tournament loss to Wake Forest, as well as Boeheim's only 2 losing seasons. SU Athletic Director John Wildhack called Boeheim an iconic figure with a remarkable career and a commitment to Syracuse University that is impossible to replicate.
An experimental speed bump design appears to be falling flat. Residents in the Eastwood neighborhood are expressing concerns that the new speed bumps installed last November aren't slowing down drivers. The design you can see on your screen is called a speed cushion, which features gaps on the edges of the lane to allow wide emergency vehicles to pass over them without slowing down. City officials say radar data in other areas show the speed bumps are working, but Eastwood residents claim that they don't see an effect.
And October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Out there is Luke Welch, our reporter, and he's got more.
Yeah, guys, October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and I'm here in Cicero, New York at Gigi's Playhouse, a Down Syndrome Support Center where they offer classes in education, financial literacy, fitness, and even cooking, like right now. I got an inside scoop with the board president and the operations manager about how these programs impact the Central New York community.
Drivers in the 315 may see Cicero's Expressions Mall as the go-to stop for all things cars, but it is also home to one of Syracuse's hidden gems, Gigi's Playhouse, a center of support for those with Down syndrome.
Math and literacy is where we started with. Math tutoring, literacy tutoring. We also have what's called Gigi Fit. These are fitness classes designed by a physical therapist specifically for individuals with Down syndrome, and we offer these from infant to toddler, kids, teens, and adults.
While Gigi's mission is to provide free personal programming for those with Down syndrome and ensure acceptance for all, the staff emphasizes how these programs are all heart.
That this is truly a community. I don't consider this an organization. It is a community. There's been a lot of friendships that have formed out of this playhouse. And like Mary Jo mentioned, one of the things we do with a new family is we hook them up with another family, so they have somebody to go to with their questions, with advice, just a buddy.
Mary Jo and Valerie also say that Down Syndrome Awareness Month is crucial for providing support to those with a genetic condition.
They are just like everybody else. They want to play, they want to laugh, they want to learn.
The free programming is almost entirely volunteer-run and is meant for all ages while supporting families of all stages.
No, not at all. We actually will start working with families if a mother is still pregnant and finds out that the baby will be born with Down syndrome.
Yeah, guys, I have students out of the cooking classes here at Gigi's Playhouse, and can you guys get a quick I love Gigi's Playhouse? 3, 2, 1.
I love Gigi's.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, and now their annual 11th birthday celebration will be on November 18th from 11 to 3 here in Cicero. It's open to the public, and anyone is welcome to join. And they have their annual 5K in the spring as their main fundraiser. Reporting in Cicero, New York, I'm Luke Welch, Citrus TV News. Guys, back to you.
Luke, thanks so much. Turning now to our first weather report. Pretty chilly outside today and not a lot of sun, which kind of made me sad.
Yeah, I'll say that classic Syracuse gray starting to show out.
Right,
It was a little chilly, put on the flannel, and I was out there just a few minutes ago, as you know, taking in the lovely fall weather. And although it isn't that lovely, I'm sure a lovely weather report coming up from Luke Radel.
Hey there, Maddie and Jesse. Before we get into the weather report, though, I want to take a couple seconds to talk about that last story from Luke Welch. It hit a little close to home because my brother Mark has Down syndrome, and so I want to wish him and all the folks out there with Down syndrome are very happy. Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Now, I am out here, out in front of Ernie Davis Hall, where tons of folks are getting ready to go to the dining hall or head back to their dorms. It's actually my dorm way up there on the 7th floor. Let's take a look at the view from outside my window this morning. Heading into tonight, the temperature is around 57 degrees right now. Sunset around 6:17 p.m. tonight, which is going to happen in just a couple of minutes, guys. So if you're looking to get those sunset photos, not a great night for that, I got to be honest. Like you mentioned, Jesse, that classic Syracuse gray tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Heading into tonight's temperatures, 50 degrees is where we're going to be at around midnight tonight if you're heading out. It's going to dip to around 45 degrees before sunrise tomorrow morning. And guys, I can start to feel those temperatures dropping now, so I'm going to head back in to see you all in studio for your full 5-day forecast later on in the show. Guys?
Luke, thanks so much. We'll see you soon. And the Syracuse Regional Airport yesterday announced that a new airline is coming to the city. Starting next summer, Sun County Airlines will launch twice-weekly service to St. Paul International Airport in Minneapolis. Non-stop flights will take off from the Hancock Airport Sunday through Thursday and can be booked from June 6th through September 1st.
Moving upstate now, where Clarkson University is developing a plan that could cut faculty in humanities programs. These programs are facing cuts that include political science, literature, and communications. Resources will be redirected towards increased offerings in STEM. North County now reports that university officials are calling the plan a prototype and would not answer any questions about how many employees would be cut in the process. Clarkson officials, however, say students who are already enrolled in humanities programs won't be affected.
If you're at all familiar with the Syracuse skyline, you might have seen the Equitable Office's towers. But tonight, the office complex is in financial trouble. Our Michael Lamorde has details.
Guys, for over half a century, these twin office buildings stood proudly in the Syracuse skyline. But after its owner defaulted on a $28 million mortgage, these buildings just hit foreclosure. Formerly known as Money Towers or AXA Towers, the twin office buildings were taken over by Equitable Holdings in January of 2020. It became home to various law and advertisement groups. It was even partially occupied by the Whitman School of Management. With nearly 630,000 square footage, Equitable Towers is the largest Class A office complex in Onondaga County. But with that title comes a hefty $28 million mortgage. After Towers Realty Group defaulted, Flagstar Bank filed a foreclosure action with the state Supreme Court, and now the many offices, coffee shops, full-service cafeterias, and large conference spaces are left without an owner. And while the future for Equitable Towers is uncertain, Syracuse definitely leaves behind 50-plus years of history today. Reporting in downtown Syracuse, Michael Lamort, Citrus TV News. Guys.
Thanks for reporting, Michael. And new details tonight on the Micron project. Negotiations are underway to decide how chip manufacturers will get enough water to its proposed semiconductor plant and who will pay for it. The Onondaga County Water Authority says to get Micron what they need, infrastructure costs would be more than $600 million.
And the Water Authority says if Micron doesn't take some of the bill, typical homeowners will pay more than 60% more for water each month. Now the authority says it's unlikely that individuals will take on the entire cost. Residents would benefit from updated infrastructure. Micron is currently pushing to meet its goal of starting construction next year.
And District Council member Jennifer Schultz is launching a write-in campaign against fellow Democrat Monto. Schultz was the representative for the 1st District until 2022, when a reshaping of the election map moved her into the 5th District. Monto was appointed to a spot to fill vacancy, and Schultz lost her primary to other Democrats. Schultz said she received immensely positive feedback after the primary loss from his constituents.
Schultz lost her primary for an at-large seat to councilors Rita Paniagua and Joel Majok. Those two are still battling for that seat against Raekwon Pride Green. 2 of those 3 will win a seat, but Paniagua and Majok are the incumbents. Pride Green says he wants a preventative and proactive plan for more community policing to reduce gun violence. Majok said he wants a more faith-based approach to ending gun violence with an emphasis on religion. Paniagua said she wants to fund street cameras to monitor violence and prevent it that way. Early votes last from October 28th to November 5th, and Election Day on Tuesday, November 7th.
And a justice in Cayuga County is resigning amidst an investigation into $6,000 missing from local courts. The State Commission on Judicial Conduct saying yesterday it began investigating missing funds in August. It alleges the funds were, quote, converted by Justice June Shepherdson. The commission is agreeing to drop its investigation as long as Shepherdson agrees not to seek or accept any judicial position in the future.
Cornell University says it's increasing police patrols on campus following remarks made by a professor. Cornell's student-run newspaper says, Professor Russell Rickford called the attacks by Hamas in Israel, quote, exhilarating and energizing. Some comments on social media saying the professor is justifying the terrorism. The university's president, Martha Pollack, says she is sickened by the statements and the university is reviewing the incident.
Coming up on News Live at 6, President Biden is in Israel, where he stopped first.
Plus, another day without a Speaker of the House. What's next for Jim Jordan as he loses another vote for Speaker? All that and more after the break.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching Citrus TV News live at 6 with Maddie Stelk.
I know her.
Jesse Cook. And Luke Radel. Now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back. President Biden is traveling today in Israel amid their war against Hamas. Biden met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his wartime cabinet. The U.S. is pushing for Israel to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza from Egypt.
Netanyahu says he agreed to let the aid come in after a request from the president. Biden also spoke in Tel Aviv. He has a message for the Israeli people.
Justice must be done. But I caution this: while you feel that rage, don't be consumed by it. After 9/11, we were enraged in the United States. While we sought justice and got justice, we also made mistakes. The vast majority of Palestinians are not Hamas. Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people.
And just into the newsroom, the White House says that Biden will be speaking from the Oval Office tomorrow night about the ongoing wars in Israel and in Ukraine. The address will begin at 8.
New York Attorney General Letitia James is pushing for more accessible behavioral health care. James filing a letter today urging stronger federal regulation to ensure mental health is covered the same as your physical health.
A 2008 law already guarantees health plans that cover mental health and substance abuse treatment, but James says there is widespread non-compliance. Under her proposed regulations, healthcare insurers would have to be more transparent about their procedures and reimbursement rates. And while giving a talk at the University of Minnesota Law School, Justice Amy Coney Barrett says an ethics code for the Supreme Court would be a good idea. According to Barrett, the justices unanimously agreed that there should be a broad set of principles they would be required to follow.
This comes as several justices, most notably Clarence Thomas, have been accused of ethical breaches. Other justices, including Elena Kagan and Brett Kavanaugh, have expressed support for an ethics code, and several members of Congress have backed legislation on the issue.
And the latest on the speaker drama out of Washington. Another day, another vote on the House floor. Ohio Republican Jim Jordan once again fell short of the votes he needs to win.
Jordan says he'll keep trying to get elected to the top job, but 22 of his Republican colleagues voted against him today. The House has now gone 15 days without a speaker.
And coming up on News Live at 6, I promise it'll only take me one try to deliver your 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker. New from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. I'm Luke Radel, getting you guys ready for your 5-day forecast. There's a couple things that you should know for the next couple of days. Mild temperatures are going to stick with us for the rest of your days in class, all the way in through Friday. Then rain is going to be on the way for your weekend, and temperatures are going to be dropping below 50 degrees into next week. But first, let's take a look at your temperatures right now across the region. When you take a look all the way out west in Rochester is going to be 55 degrees right now. Up north in Oswego will be 57. Down south in Binghamton is 54. And out east in my hometown of Utica, New York is 58 degrees. Guys, I'm hoping to get back there tonight very, very soon. But let's take a look now at that long-awaited 5-day forecast, folks. Heading into the weekend, it's going to be rainy, as you can see there, some showers. 57 degrees on Saturday, low of 49. 49 degrees on Sunday with a low of 42. The next couple of days, though, we're going to keep consistent in those high 50s and even into the 60s. 65 degrees will be your high for tomorrow. 45 is your low. 66 and cloudy on Friday. And then Monday, we're going to keep low below 50 degrees for the next couple of days and weeks. But guys, I'm going to say something that I probably shouldn't say on TV, okay? I'm going to say the S word, and that, of course, is snow, guys. We are going to see some snow in Syracuse, New York. I know, it's a pretty bold projection to say that it's going to be a snowy winter, but it's not just me saying it. It's also AccuWeather. They're forecasting that this winter is going to be the snowiest winter in central New York in 5 years. Now, last winter, you might remember, it was a little bit mild. I was a little disappointed with the amount of snow for my first year here at Syracuse University. It was about half of what the normal forecasted amount is going to be, but this winter we're going to get all of it. 123 inches. The height on that is as tall as a basketball hoop. I don't know if that's the best representation. So we're standing here right now in the CitrusTV studio. This is us standing in the CitrusTV studio right now. And if it were to start snowing right now in the CitrusTV studio, and if it were to pile up over the course of the entire winter and stay frozen, you guys can see the snow would be getting all the way up and above our heads, guys. That is a lot of snow that we're expecting for this winter. But AccuWeather's meteorologists say it's pretty reasonable to expect.
Well, I like that you had me grouped in with a basketball hoop, because I am almost 10 feet tall, believe it or not.
This is true.
But someone else who is actually way taller than me is our sports reporter, Austin Barach. What do you got?
That's right, Jesse. With sports, there's basketball, there's baseball, and we're gearing up for Game 4 of the WNBA Finals as well. Stay with us.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
The first exhibition for SU men's hoops is next Friday, just 9 days away. Welcome to sports. I'm Austin Barach. Last year, point guard Judah Mintz played alongside former Cuse guard Joe Girard. Girard, though, transferred to Clemson in the offseason, so the replacement was Notre Dame transfer J.J. Starling. On Media Day last Friday, Starling got a little giddy describing his friendship with Mintz.
Yeah, my relationship with him is great. You know, we've been competitors for a long time, and now we're finally teammates, and we're just looking to push each other because we know what we can offer for this team. So it's been great.
You love to hear that out of JJ. On ESPN's Class of 2022 recruiting ranking, Starling was slated as the 4th best shooting guard in the nation, while Mintz was ranked the 7th best. Starling, a native of Baldwinsville, averaged just over 11 points per game last season with the Irish. Sticking with the theme of hoops, the Liberty are once again playing to save their season tonight against the Aces. New York took Game 3 of the WNBA Finals on Sunday, 87-73. Las Vegas is down, get this, 2 starters tonight. Both point guard Chelsea Gray and center Kia Stokes have foot injuries. The Liberty are a 6-point favorite tonight. Should New York take care of business, the winner-take-all Game 5 will be in Vegas on Friday. In baseball last night, boy oh boy was it an electric scene at the bank for Game 2. In their 3 previous games, the Phillies smashed 12 home runs at Citizens Bank Park. So with that in mind, let's roll the highlights. Oh, they're already rolling. Kyle Schwarber in the bottom of the 3rd round. There's already 1-0. This is a big-time home run right here. He was batting just 160 through June 1st when he became the leadoff batter, skyrocketed the rest of the season. This is a historic home run into the Philly night sky. With that one, he tied Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, with 18 postseason home runs. Also, that was the 15th homer of a 4-game stretch for the Phillies as a team, the most ever in a 4-game span. Real Muto right here, the catcher, sends 2 home and a gapper. Now here comes Brandon Marsh, shoots one down the line. Shades of 2013 Johnny Gomes, the gamer, sliding in at second base with that facial hair right there. I love to see it. That's what playoff baseball is all about. 6-0, still the same inning. What a bottom of the 7th now. What a final stretch for the Phillies as Baum brings in Schwarber. It's a big-time lead right now, and then Real Muto shoots one past the shortstop. It's a 9-0 game, all Phillies, and they take it 10-0. So they lead 2-0 with Game 3 in Arizona tomorrow night. In the American League, the Rangers lead the defending champion Astros 2-0 with Game 3 starting in less than 2 hours. Texas still hasn't lost a game yet in these playoffs and hasn't lost at home since September 18th, a month ago, against the Red Sox. Back to you guys.
Hey, thanks, Austin. Happy belated birthday. Turned 21 yesterday. When we come back, Luke Radel has your weather report.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
Welcome back to Live at 6. Here is your temperature planner for tomorrow. When you wake up, it's going to be 50 degrees, and then it's going to rise up to about 65 degrees by the afternoon, around 3 o'clock. It'll be 62 when you hang out with Max Williams tomorrow night on News Live at 6. That's all the time I have for you, though, tonight. Maddie and Jesse, back to you.
Hey, thanks, Luke. So that's it for Citrus TV Live at 6. Cold weather. That's Maddie Stelk. I'm Jesse Cook. And if you want to follow Citrus TV News, you can do it on all your social media.
You can. Well, that's all for today. I'm Maddie Stelk.
And I'm Jesse Cook. Have a wonderful rest of your night, Syracuse.
Yes.
That's Maddie Stelk. I'm Jesse Cook. We're done.
One more time? No, I'm just kidding. Good night.